Okay, today I'm going to be reviewing the SIG P290 9mm. This is a micro compact gun. It is a double action only semi-automatic revolver. It is, like I said, from SIG Sauer. It is a two-tone stainless slide polymer frame gun, and it comes with SIG night sights. It is a hammer fired gun. I will be reviewing that here in the next few minutes, so let's get on with it. Okay, first let's deal with the build quality and the appearance here. Very well made gun, very well put together. Just don't have any problems with it as far as build quality or design. Even the magazine is very well made into the gun. The slide is very well finished. All the parts are very well finished. The frame is very well made. Even has an accessory port right there to attach a proprietary laser to it. Just a very well thought out, very well made gun. Comes with, like I said, with the night sights. This one is the stainless slide model. So very well put together gun, very well finished, very well thought out, inside and out, very well made. Looks very good, looks very polished, functions very well. And I think it's an attractive gun. I mean, it's subcompact, so there's not a whole lot to look at. But as far as making it look as good as it can, they did a very good job. Okay, let's discuss performance. At the range, the gun does very well. I mean, it's taken me a while to get used to it. It's new to me, so I'm not doing the greatest with it yet. But I mean, it's reliable. I did have some light strikes at first, but it turned out to be ammo related because I took the ammo to another gun. It did the same thing. I put new ammo in this gun and never did it again. So, never had any real issues with the gun performance-wise. It's accurate. If you can hold it properly and you can get a good grip on it and you can control it, it's an accurate gun. I'll show you some video of me here shooting it. This is at 15 yards. I'm shooting at this target from, it's only 15 yards, so it's not like it's a long ways away. So I don't see this as a long range bullseye shooting gun. I see it as a defense gun. So I'm only shooting at 15 yards. So here's a little bit of a video of me showing me shooting at 15 yards. That gives you a little idea of how accurate it can be at a short distance if you hold it properly, shoot it properly. I don't hold or shoot properly, and I got that pretty decent with it. So if you can really hold it and shoot it properly, you probably do even better with it. Holding it is a little bit of an issue at the range. I mean, it is a small gun, so holding a small gun like this takes a little effort to keep a hold of it. And this gun does have some challenges grip-wise, which I'll discuss a little later in the flaws section. But if you do your part, this gun performs very well. It's reliable. It ate every kind of ammo I put in it except for the one ammo that was Independence ammo that had some bad primers in it. It ate my defensive ammo, my full metal jackets, hollow points. It did really good after I got rid of that first batch of ammo. So very reliable gun. There are some challenges because of its size for holding onto it, gripping it properly, but it is very accurate. I will show you here a little video of me just actually shooting it because the trigger is a little hard for me to get used to. I'm pulling off the trigger a little too much at the end because I'm not judging it right yet. But I'll show you a few seconds of me shooting it here. You can see it is a little bit of a monster to hold on to, but it gets the job done. And it's not made to be the easiest shooting gun in the world. It's made to be a concealable gun. Now that you've actually seen it in my hand being fired and you've seen it actually hitting a target, let me move into the flaws here so I can tell you about the problems I had with it at the range. The main problem being how to grip it properly. Okay, now it's time to discuss some flaws of the gun, or some things that gave me some problems. They may not actually be physical or technical flaws, but they're things I had issues with and you may too. One of that doesn't really bother me, but might bother some people, is it is a double action trigger pull. I mean, it is a double action with a full reset. If you don't like that on a semi-auto, you're not going to like this gun. I like it. I don't mind it. I have a little trouble judging it so far. I'm taking my finger a little too far off, but I'll get used to it in time. Another thing about the trigger is it's not the best quality trigger. It's got a little catch right there. It's just not super smooth. It has smoothed out after a few hundred rounds, but it's still not completely smooth. Hopefully it'll get better. But as far as if you compare this to a Kahr trigger, it pales in comparison to the Kahr trigger. But it's even not as good as the SIG P250 trigger. The SIG P250 trigger is better. That's a really good trigger on the SIG P250. It's like an B+, A- trigger. This is like a C+ trigger, best. Another thing that bothered me was the length of the grip here. From here to here, it's long. It's almost like, it feels a little like holding a 1x2 in your hand. I had the same issue with the Walther PPS, and I got rid of the gun because of it. It doesn't seem as bad on this gun as it did the Walther, but it is there. Once again, the Kahr is much more comfortable for my grip. I'm kind of meaty back here. I don't have big hands, but I'm kind of meaty back here, so that makes it a little uncomfortable for me. It's not uncomfortable, but it's not as natural as the Kahr. I still can shoot with it pretty well, can still grip it pretty well, but it does make a difference. Another thing I will say, this slide stop right here, that thing is sharp and it is mean. Just look, I mean, if you put your thumb too high once, like trying to do a thumbs forward grip on it, it will eat you alive. I mean, it tore my thumb up pretty good yesterday. See if I can get that to focus there. But it got me. In fact, I think there's still some, I haven't cleaned this yet, so yeah, there's still some blood on the slide there. I mean, it got me good. It is aggressive. It is sharp. So if you're trying to, put your thumbs up here for a thumb forward grip with a two-handed grip, you're going to get eaten up by that thing. Unless you got a lot tougher fingers than me or you're wearing a glove. But that was the main issue I had, was that thing cut me up. So it does limit your grip. You have to keep your thumb low, go to a modified thumb forward, or go to just a teacup or something grip. But and it's not a real powerful gun, so you can handle a teacup grip if you have to. But that was the main issue with me, was that thing is sharp. I might have to file that down and re-blue it, because it is just aggressive. I'll have to see what I can do about that. But otherwise, those are the issues I really had with the gun, and some issues I think some other people may have with the gun. So let's move on. Okay, now let's discuss my final impression of this gun, my overall impression. It is an excellent micro compact gun. I mean, it's just really, really good. Is it as good as a Kahr PM series, CM series? Well, I would say it's as good. It's definitely not better. There are pluses and minuses to both, build quality wise, performance wise, trigger wise. The Kahr would probably maybe have a slight advantage over this gun, but this is a newer gun. But I'm really liking it, and I'm liking having the 9mm platform on it. I like the way it feels. I like the night sights. I like the double action on it. So I really think it's a worthwhile gun. It's a gun worth having. If you already have like a PM9 or something, I probably wouldn't run out and buy one. I'd probably just keep my PM9 if I was you. But if you prefer SIG and you don't want a Kahr, you don't want to give money to the Moonies or whatever it is, this would be a great alternative to a Kahr PM series. I mean, it's a great alternative to it. I mean, because it's as good a gun, I think. It just has its different qualities. So my final impression, it's definitely worthwhile. It's definitely well made. It's just as far as build quality goes, like I said, it's top notch. As far as performance goes, it's really good. And as far as concealability, it's really concealable. I haven't looked into how much is available for it holster wise or anything yet, so that might be an issue. And like I say, it does have that optional port for a laser. So my final impression of the gun, a very worthwhile gun. Is it a must-have gun? Maybe if you're wanting a good concealed carry and you don't already have something like a PM9 or a Rohrball. But if you already have those, well, then there's not really much need for it. But unless you just want it and you prefer SIG, which I like SIG and I wanted it, so I got it. But that's my final impression of the gun.